are going to be talking about the 7 signs of hormonal imbalance for women over 40. Okay, so if you're over 40 and you are starting to feel something weird happening on in your body, maybe you are just not feeling great, maybe you just know that something's just not right, okay? All right, so 7 signs of hormonal imbalance. Sign number one is hot flashes, night sweats. Okay, so has this ever happened to you? Let me know, drop it down in the comments. This was exactly me about 4 years ago. I was experiencing some hot flashes. I'd wake up really, really hot in the middle of the night. Even during the day, I would just be out doing my regular routine, my regular stuff, and I just feel really hot and sweaty. And this can be quite bothersome because it can actually lead to insomnia, you know, getting up in the middle of the night, drenched, having to change your clothes, you know, can lead one thing into another where you're not going back to sleep and you're just not able to sleep. And that can be a real problem because, as you know, it's really, really important to be getting our sleep during this time in life, especially because that's when we do most of our detoxification is at night between 1 and 4 p.m. or a.m. in the morning. All right, so really, really important to be supporting our detoxification pathways during this time, okay? So hot flashes for me equals hot liver. All right, so it means that your liver is not functioning properly. So we need to be eliminating some things and we need to be adding some things back into our program, okay? So a couple of tips for you on how to dampen down the heat, turn down the temperature a little bit, making sure that you are having good bowel movements, making sure that you're going to the bathroom, making sure that you're supporting your liver properly as well. So making sure that you're getting some liver support. So herbal teas are really, really amazing. I absolutely love herbal teas for liver support. As well as cruciferous vegetables. Okay, so your cruciferous vegetables are broccoli, cauliflower, cabbage, that type of thing. Okay, sprouts are really, really great as well to add to your program to help to detoxify your liver. Teas, some teas that I really love: dandelion root tea, roasted dandelion is really good. I really love nettle tea as well, is really good for liver support. Okay, there are some supplements that I love as well. I'm not going to mention any today, but let's just stick with the foods and the food support for today. Okay, because those other supplements can be well, basically the dosages have to be very specialized. So I can't really go into that with you because I would be doing you a disservice by giving you a dosage and it's not right for your body. Okay, so we'll stick with the foods today. And then making sure that you are getting enough fiber in your diet is going to be really important as well. So making sure that you're taking some sort of fiber supplement. The Activate is really, really amazing for helping support your digestive system. So I talked about that in my last video, how I lost 25 pounds in 4 months. So I can definitely link that for you, and then you can check that out. So making sure that we are really supporting those systems is going to help with hot flashes. Okay, so weight gain. Another one, number 2, weight gain. All right, so if you've been noticing that you're getting a little bit of a tummy, maybe a little bit of a muffin top, maybe you've gained a lot of weight and you're not really sure what's going on, because you know what you were eating in your 20s and 30s has worked for you, right? From then until now, but now you are finding that you are just gaining weight and you're not really sure what the heck is going on. Well, you are not alone, because I was there 4 years ago and it just kind of snuck up on me and I was gaining weight like wildfire. All right, so now what we have to look at is, are we stressed? Stress can be a huge factor with putting weight on in our middle 40s, okay? Usually this is like one of the most busy times in life. Maybe you still have some young kids at home. You're busy. You're probably at your height in your career. So we need to really be mindful of how we are dealing with our stress and bringing our cortisol levels down with our stress. Making sure that we're doing some sort of mindfulness every day, some sort of affirmations every day, making sure that we're doing some sort of movement, gentle movement every day, like yoga, maybe doing some deep breathing. I really love, in the middle of the day, if I'm feeling anxious, I love to do 6 deep breaths. So you're going to take a deep breath in. You're going to hold it for 4 seconds and out through the mouth. You're going to do that 6 times, nice and slowly. That is going to put you into your parasympathetic state. then into a fight or flight response state. So we want to be in parasympathetic mode more times than obviously being anxious and fight or flight, and because fight or flight can really increase our cortisol levels, which will pack on the belly fat. Okay. All right. So number 3, mood swings. So if all of a sudden everybody just seems like they are just not getting along with you, you're not getting along with anybody, everybody just bugs you, you're just flying off the cuff for no reason, this is not you, you just feel at odds with yourself, you just don't feel like the way that you used to. This was me 4 years ago. I went through the same thing. All right, so this is very, very common. All right, you could absolutely love your family, you could absolutely love your partner, but you just feel like you want to scream, you're just mad at everybody all the time. Okay, so this is quite normal. And then maybe you could cry, or maybe you could feel a lot of other emotions. Okay, so this is again due to your imbalance in your hormones. So we need to bring that back into balance. All right, so really important to be eating the right foods in order to support this system. All right, so we want to be eating more natural things. So getting rid of the processed foods, getting rid of the sugar, getting rid of anything in a box or bag, going back to nature, going back to the earth, and really eating those foods from the earth that were meant for us. Trying to eat organic whenever possible is going to be really beneficial as well. All right, so let me know if you're experiencing mood swings. Let me know, drop down the comments, I'd love to hear. Another thing is PMS. So if you ever had PMS before, I sure have. Okay, so before I never really had it in my 20s and 30s too bad. I didn't really have a problem with it. I guess I was eating pretty clean for the time. Started noticing a little bit more as I got into my 40s when I had to do the whole switch around with my diet. So PMS is before your period, you're going to get those PMS symptoms. You could get tender breasts, you could get a little bit teary, you could get maybe a little bit angry, maybe you're getting some cramping before your period. So really, really important to be supporting our system throughout our cycle, okay, so that we can actually become better at having those symptoms during that time. All right, so there are things you can do naturally that can support the system, okay? One other really, really great tip that I have is seed cycling. So if you can get some seeds, so you can get some pumpkin seeds, you can get some sunflower seeds, and make sure that they're all natural. There's no sugar, there's no salt, they're not roasted, they're just raw. Making sure that they come from a really good source. Maybe get it from your local health food store or Whole Food store, or Trader Joe's maybe has it, depending on where you're at in the world. And you will have your sunflower seeds at the beginning of your cycle. So the beginning of your cycle is when your period starts until ovulation, and then from ovulation to when your period starts is the pumpkin seeds. So these seeds have different nutrients in them that help to balance out your hormones during those different times of the month, okay? So really, really great to be doing some seed cycling. If you are not or no longer have a menstrual cycle, you can still seed cycle so that you can balance out your hormones nicely. You go with the moon. All right, so when the moon is full, then you do your pumpkin seeds to when the moon is a new moon, and then the sunflower seeds for the rest of the cycle. So you just go with the moon. All right, that will help you to balance out your hormones. All right. Another one that's really, really common is low libido. All right, so if you are not just feeling the mood anymore, your partner's like, oh, let's get together, and you're like, oh, no, I don't think so, I don't really feel like it. It's not that you don't love your partner anymore, but you just don't feel like it anymore. So this is another common thing during perimenopause and menopause. You just don't have the desire to get intimate anymore. So now with this, what your body is saying to you is that it is probably due to increased cortisol levels. You're probably in a state of fight or flight. Your body is in a state of survival mode. So if your body is in a state of survival mode, then you're not going to want to get intimate because you are just trying to survive. All right, so your body will purposely do that, will purposely stop you from having those emotions and feelings and libido, because it's just trying to survive. All right, so we need to be bringing it down a little bit. We need to be calming things down a little bit. We aren't going to be going out and doing, 40 minutes of cardio, an hour of cardio. We're not going to be going and whipping our bodies and doing all these sports and overdoing it. We need to calm the body down. We need to do the opposite. And when we do the opposite, then usually things will fall into place. So find some time in your schedule every single day to just sit, do some deep breathing, do some meditating, do some yoga. Yoga is my thing. I absolutely love yoga, but for whatever reason you can't do yoga, maybe it's not for you, maybe you can't do it because of your hips or whatever it is, then do some sort of other mindful relaxation. Going out and walking in nature is also really amazing as well. Maybe do some tapping. You ever heard of tapping before? There's lots of you just tap on the pressure points underneath. I've done this before. It really helps to calm things down. This is another really great spot. And also between the baby finger and the ring finger, there's a spot here. You can also tap there. If you're just not able to find the time during the day, just tap here. It helps your body to relax. It tells your body that it's okay to relax. It's a pressure point. Acupuncture is really amazing as well. I used to go for regular acupuncture actually, and I should get back into doing it again. Life gets busy, doesn't it? But this is something that I need to actually get into my schedule. I do book a spa day once a month as well. I go to the spa. I do rotation therapy. I do hot and cold therapy in that spa. I absolutely love it. So you go in, you do the warm waters, and then you go and do a cold dunk for like a minute. Then you go to the eucalyptus steam room. Then you go back and do a cold plunge. So it's a rotation. It's really, really great to relax your body. It's great to get away from the hustle and bustle. It's great to just overall detoxify and support that parasympathetic nervous system. All right. So really, really important for getting your libido back up again is to support your system and getting your system back into relaxation mode. Okay. Another one, acne. So if you're noticing, okay, your skin has been great up until now, you've hit your 40s, 50s, whatever, and all of a sudden you've got this acne going on. So this is something that happened to me back in my 20s, and I was able to resolve it because it all stemmed from gut health and liver health as well. Once that was supported, my skin got better. Now, if I go and eat dairy, if I go and drink alcohol, like over Christmas time, I did all this, I noticed a couple things coming up. I did, and I knew it, but you know what? During the holidays, or if there's a holiday or something, I do have a little something, and sometimes it happens. But if I'm supporting my system on a regular basis and doing all the right things on the regular basis, then when those times come up, doing that, then I can actually support that system, and then I won't have these problems ongoing all the time, because for the most part, I am actually really supporting the system, right? All right, so making sure that we are supporting our liver, our gut health, making sure that we're taking a good probiotic is really important as well. There's a few different probiotics that I like to take. There's two in particular. One is Megaspore, which I really love because it's a natural probiotic. It's spore-based. So it's the most gentle on your system. And if you've never taken a probiotic before, your system, if you have a system that's really kind of like tender, it's, maybe you're prone to getting bloating and gas and things like that, that's the one that I would start with. Another one that I really love is called Prebiotic. It has gut support, it has the probiotic, the prebiotic, and then the microbiome and the lining support as well to help build the barrier and the lining. The Megaspore also has a product like that as well to help support the lining of the gut. Those are really, really great. I can drop them in the show notes, and if you want to get a hold of those are really great. Everybody should be taking a probiotic. Everybody should be adding some fermented foods into their program. Now, depending on your body, everybody's going to be different. So for me, eating a lot of fermented foods doesn't work for me, but if I have a little bit every day, like maybe I really love pickles, so that's my go-to fermented food. I've had histamine issues in the past, and I don't do well with a lot of like dairy fermented foods. It just doesn't work for me. Kombucha does not work for me. It actually worsens. I have rosacea. It worsens my rosacea, so I can't do that. So you have to find the fermented foods that are going to work for your body. And if you have a tendency to have histamine issues, maybe you get hives, you have rosacea, like that type of thing, then you'll want to watch and really work on your gut health first before you go adding a lot of fermented foods to your program, okay? So depending on your system, it's going to be completely different. All right. The last tip is insomnia. All right. So if you are having a problem with insomnia, you're not able to sleep very well. This is really, really important that we get our sleep, because if we're not getting our sleep, then all of these other things aren't going to work. It's really a holistic coming together of everything when you are dealing with the body, the human body. It's a system. Our heart is not apart from our liver, is not apart from our gut, is not apart from our brain. Everything is one thing. Everything works together in the body. So when we're talking about sleep, if we're not getting the right sleep, then we're going to be totally thrown off. Okay? Our cortisol levels are going to go up. Our brain is not going to function properly. If you've ever had a newborn baby and you couldn't sleep, you know what I'm talking about, right? If you are all of a sudden, you've been a great sleeper all this time, and then all of a sudden now you're in your 40s and 50s, you're waking up with night sweats, then you can't get back to sleep. I hear this all the time, how hard it is for women to get the right sleep, right? I'm gonna go get something. I'm gonna show you something, hold on. Hi. All right, so this here is my favorite product for sleep. It's called Sleep Health, okay? This is an amazing product. It's a little, I'll show you, it's a little pill like this, all right? And I just put it in my mouth. You can chew it, you can just suck on it, whatever, it dissolves. And this is golden. I give this to my kids. My kids take this as well, so they can get a good night's sleep. It's all natural. So we have melatonin in here, we have GABA, and we have L-theanine. Really, really important 3 nutrients for to support good sleep. So I have been taking this for, I don't know, the past 3 years, 2 years, whenever it came out, and I absolutely love it. So I take this religiously every single night. You can give it to your kids as well. If you have smaller kids, like 4 years old, they're having problems sleeping, you give them half. My son I started giving this to him when he was 8. He takes a whole one. My daughter is 13. She gets 1, and they sleep like really, really well. What I can do is I can drop a link in the show notes, and you can access that as well. All right. Okay, so making sure that you're getting sleep. Other things that can help you to get to sleep better is obviously we need to be looking at our blue light devices. We need to turn those off. Turn off the blue lights 2 hours before you go to bed, okay? This is really gonna help you to wind down, to just maybe do some reading. I find reading really helps me to get to sleep, because it actually promotes me being tired. And if I can read something that's very relaxing, that I really, really love, maybe listen to a podcast is fine. Just don't have your face in a screen a couple hours before you go to bed. I think that's going to be really helpful. You can try some Epsom salts baths as well. Epsom salts are amazing. I give my son an Epsom salts bath every single night, and he absolutely loves it. It's got magnesium in it. The magnesium soaks into the body. It also helps with supporting your detoxification process. So try the Epsom salts bath. That's really helpful too. Another really, really great one is magnesium. So most people are actually deficient in magnesium. So if you can take some magnesium before you go to sleep, for a woman, you could take about 400 to 600 milligrams of magnesium. And if you're having some problems with going to the bathroom, maybe you're not going well enough, maybe you're constipated, get magnesium citrate. That's going to help you in that area as well. All right, so I'll give you some links to magnesium down in the comments, or show notes rather. That is it for today. I hope you found this valuable. If you did, let me know, drop it down in the comments, say valuable, and I really appreciate. Remember to subscribe really helps to push my information out into the world, and then other people can find my information and get some much needed help. All right, I'll talk to you later. Have a great day. To